need more residents. Thinking, how can I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up. This is a hold up. Ain't nothing funny, but still don't nothing move but the money. Now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street whistling this, filling out a place, cause man, do I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a taper. Me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. But without no money, it's still a wish. Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid. So I dig into the books of the rhymes that I've made. They'll hit the street, see if I got pulled. Hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full. What? Y'all know about that? Rakim, check this out. Yeah. What's good? What's good? Hit you with that paid in full. Yes, sir. That was Mr. Eric B. and his cohort, Rakim. Yes, yes, yes. What's happening, everyone? Once again, it is on, and we are about to do the damn thing. I am gonna dive right on in and get this party started right. That's what we're gonna do. So first and foremost, before I get into all of that, I'm gonna bring up this here, and we're gonna play that there and get it cracking.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right, that was my wife, my side chick, my good thing, my wifestress, all that good stuff. Yes. Hey, so first and foremost, let me give a relationship rehab salute to the first person in the chat, which is none other than Miss Lady T Sunday. Salute to you. And over here on the United Guns of America side of the world, we gonna give that shout out to my brother Nash. Salute to you, sir. Let me give a shout out to we got JJ Dubois on here. What's happening? We got Just Be Real. We got Nash, Old Man Grey Wolf. He said, I see a rifle. Yes, indeed. I know, brother. Yes. We got my man Daquan Smith. What's happening? Just Be Real. So we on CP time. Hey man, look, I'm a work in progress. God ain't finished with me yet. And that's what people say when they do some shit that they ain't supposed to be doing, or they ain't on time, or just shit they ain't doing nothing what they said they was gonna do. What do? God ain't finished with me yet, or charge it to my head and not my heart. There we go. So there you go. Have at it. Salute to Princess X. Hey, thanks for sharing the screen, man. Stream. That's what's up. See, look, just be real. While your ass talking about me being late, you could have been sharing the stream. Okay? All right then. So while you sitting there talking, next time let your fingers do the clicking and share the screen, player. All right. Also give a shout out to Triz313. What's happening? And to who else? Rosa Soto. What's happening? And over here, always faithful G friend. What's happening? CJ Gunn. What it do? EG is in the building. Katrina Hamilton. What's up? Hey, I just want to say it's good to be here once again in the house of rehab, where we come together to talk about shit. And that's what I like to do. So for those of you who may not, hey, what's happening, Minister Slow Stroker? Why is I'm getting two different streams here? That don't seem right. That seems like that's accurate. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, yeah, because now I see Nash and I see Athena too. Okay. All right, yeah, I didn't see that over here for some reason. That was weird. Okay, but That neither be here nor there. What's happening, Athena? Hey, so look, a lot of times not a lot of times, but recently there has been a lot of talk from the Democratic side of the game. The Democrats have been talking about how not only are they gonna fix gun control, but they just gonna flat out take our guns. We're gonna take the guns. What that damn Beto said. Beto O'Rourke. I don't know why. And why does Beto go by the name Beto? That dude's last name is O'Rourke. And why does he try to use Beto? I don't understand that. He said, "Oh, my audio is low." Now that ain't good. Let me see here. Is everybody else? Y'all sound off. My audio all right? Is the audio good? I need to turn it up because I can turn it up now. Let me see here. Don't worry about that. No, it's not low to me. All right. Then there's you. Get yourself together. But anyway, I don't know why Beto calls himself Beto. What the hell does that mean? If his last name is O'Rourke, what is the Beto part? I just don't get it. Yeah, so it is what it is. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. But you got people like Beto saying, hell yes, we're gonna take your guns. We got pretty much every Democratic person that's running for president saying they gonna put what that Kamala Harris say, or is it Kamala or Kamala? I say Kamala because it reminds me of the wrestler. But you see things like Kamala said, "Hey, I'm first thing I'm gonna do soon as I get in the office is write an executive order getting these guns." It's like everybody. That dude's name is Roberto O'Rourke. What the fuck does Beto come from? I don't know. Whatever. But that's the first thing they talking about they gonna do. And here's my thing. Here's what I think that a lot of Democrats don't understand. Y'all are really one of the biggest reasons why the Democratic Party is really just right now losing is because y'all have no agenda. And when I say y'all because I ain't voting Democratic. I'm just not going to do it. It's a bunch of idiots over there. And the only thing that y'all do is talk about two things: Trump and taking guns. Stop me if I'm lying. That's all I hear. Everything that is wrong in this country, everything that needs fixing in this country, it all comes down to those two hot points: Trump, guns. That's it. And with that being said, it goes to show to me, I guess my biggest problem with the Democratic Party, the DNC, Run DMC. Well, I ain't got no problem with Run DMC. Shout out to Red Run, the DMC, and rest in peace to the DJ. What was the DJ name? I forgot his name. I need to be slapped for that. God dog, Jam Master J. Here we go. I called it. But my thing is this: when you don't have solutions and all you're doing is pointing out the problem, it makes me think that two things. Number one, you're just flat out full of shit. And number two, you're insulting the political party that you're supposed to be supporting and you're supposed to be running for. It really makes it that disrespectful to me, to where you feel as though you can come run for office to be in the most powerful position on the planet, and you think that less of us, to where you feel as though you don't have to have a true set agenda. All you're doing is talking about, it's like The View. All they want to do is talk about hot topics. That's exactly, if that's the best way to sum it up. The whole entire DNC, the Democratic Party, they are truly like The View. They sit around at a half circle table and all they do is sip tea and talk about hot topics. That's it. They don't have no explanation, no true solutions, no true plans as far as what they're going to do different, what they're going to do to change everything. Thank you, Leighton, for that donation. I appreciate you. Dr. Brian, thank you again for the info. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for listening, sir. And thank you for your resources, man. Dropping off a $5, thank you, boy. But it's like this. You don't have anything for me to even want to be a part of, because all you doing is tearing down what somebody else already got going and you're talking about taking something from good people. So what does that leave? What does that leave for you all to really be doing? What are you really standing for? What are you really trying to change? What are you trying to do that's going to be different than what the other side is doing? And I've yet to hear it. The things that they talk about is fantasy shit. It's shit that in reality it can't happen, or they're talking about stopping something that's already going on. And it's like it's to me, it's just a true insult to the people who are in this world that are trying to live their best life and actually want their country to be the best it possibly can. Because everybody is not all the way right to the right Trump supporter. Woo! Trump all the way, Trump 20. Everybody's not like that. And on the other side, everybody's not, just a super liberal saying, should have still been Hillary. We want Obama back. And they just all the way left and just want the Democrats to win. It's a lot of people that actually, and this is where I think a lot of people sit, that are in the middle, where we know this side ain't the best, but neither is this side. So if you got at least something that's in the middle that can say, hey, we can actually get something and do something and actually build something and make something work for not just this side or that side, but for everybody, I think that candidate, whoever he or she may be, could actually get somewhere to where they could turn the tide. Thanks again, Leighton. I appreciate that, man, for the super chat, brother. They could actually get something done. And I think that's one of the biggest things about, because everybody don't like Trump. I'm not 1000% Trump. I am not. Trump has a lot of bad in him, but so do all politicians. The thing is that he's not a polished or well-seasoned politician. He's not smooth like Obama. I give him that all day. Obama was a smooth motherfucker. Obama the type of motherfucker to tell you, hey, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do the best thing for you. And we're going to make sure that everything happens. We're from Chicago and we rolling tight. We the baddest out here and we not going to fail. I believe in you and you believe in me. All the while, it's a bomb on the way to where he talking where your ass is at. And he like, okay, I'm going to head out and I'll catch you guys next time around. And he'll walk out, hop in the chopper and be gone. And 30 seconds later, boom, bomb is hit. That's how smooth he is. And you'll be like, that Obama boy, he's all right, man. That Obama, woo, my president black. Bang. Obama couldn't have known about this. That's what he does. He makes you feel good. He makes you feel like, hey, it's all right. All the while, the strings he pulling and the shit he knows about, he knows, hey, this is a bad deal for y'all. This is going to fuck y'all over a little bit. But I'm at least make you feel good. It's like he's somebody who says, look, I'm going to bend you over this barrel with no Vaseline, but I'm going to at least rub your shoulders first and pat you on the back a little bit and just tell you, come on and take it. That's what he does. Trump ain't like that. Trump going to come and slap you in the face and bend you over the barrel and just get to you raw and you out of there. Either way, you're getting bent over the barrel is my point. But when you're talking about this thing about the whole gun control, taking guns off the streets, getting rid of these so-called weapons of war, that's that shit Beto says, or you're listening to Joe Biden and he's talking about just buy a shotgun. Well, this instance and what I'm about to show you now is a classic example of why everybody that is in this country that is a law-abiding citizen that, hey, is a true American, has earned their right and the privileges of this state. This is why they should be able to carry, own, and have whatever firearm they choose and can have however many firearms that they choose to. Because this right here is a classic example, and you hear all the time as to why they say you don't need this kind of gun. This is a classic example of why you do. So we're going to watch this first, and then we're going to get off into my reasons as to why.
What Jeremy King says happened to him inside this house sounds like something out of a movie. Tonight, he tells me he owes his life to his wife.
I've got a fractured eye socket, a fractured sinus cavity, a concussion, 20 stitches and 3 staples in my head. I took a severe beating.
The bruises and swelling on Jeremy
Did you hear that?
20 stitches and 3.
Let me play that
to
one
his
more time.
wife.
I've got a fractured eye socket, a fractured sinus cavity, a concussion, 20 stitches and 3 staples in my head. I took a severe beating.
Fractured eye socket, fractured sinus cavity, a concussion, 24 stitches, and something else he said, and a partridge in a pear tree. God damn. I'm not shit. That motherfucker had the 5 days of Christmas. God damn. Now y'all know, and hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all know how I always talk about people that be getting their ass whooped, how they get chicken dinners. They get a 2-piece, they get an 8-piece spicy. This motherfucker right here, he got a party platter. He got his ass whooping catered. That means it was a chef and about 8 servers and 2-3 prep cooks and a couple of sous chefs that came and gave him this shit. Listen to this shit again.
Bruises and swelling on
Cavity, a concussion.
Jesus
Wife.
Christ.
I've got a fractured eye socket, a fractured sinus cavity, a concussion, 20 stitches and 3 staples in my head.
20 stitches and 3
Took a
staples.
severe beating.
2
the
turtle
bruises and
doves.
swelling on
Motherfucker got 2 turtle doves and a partridge. Oh my God. Man, that dude said a fractured eye socket, a fractured sinus cavity, 22 stitches, a concussion, 3 staples, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Jesus Christ. Can you believe that? What's up, Big Al? That's my boy there. Hey, boy, that's one of my 20-year niggas right there. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping by, my man. That dude took all of that by himself. Now, hear what happened after that.
Jeremy King's face tell the story of a man on the receiving end of a brutal attack, but his actual account is far more harrowing than his injuries suggest.
They came in heavily hooded, masked. As soon as they ripped my back door open, they already had a pistol on me and was grabbing my 11-year-old daughter.
King is talking about the men who barged into his home on Old Welcome Road in Lithia around 9 o'clock Wednesday night. He says he doesn't know who they are, never met them, and has no idea why he was targeted. Both men pointed guns at him while demanding money.
And when I'm telling them I have nothing for you, they got this backpack and gun in my face saying, give me everything you got. And I'm saying, I have nothing for you, I have nothing for you. It became real violent, real fast.
King says one of the men started pistol whipping him while another kicked him repeatedly in the head. King's wife, who is 8 months.
So here's the thing. What do you do? This man is on his own property, minding his own business. 2 dudes barge up, or they do an Eddie Murphy. They bust up in the motherfucker, and they like the upper room when Jesus comes. That's pretty much what happened. They just busted up in there, and now what do you do in that situation? Just think about it. There are certain times and there's certain things that happen where you can say, hey, I can call the police and they can come take care of the situation. What do you do in that situation? 2 dudes bust up in and bam, they on your ass asking for money, saying, hey, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. You tell them no. What you think gonna happen next? Pistol whip. And while all of this is happening, what can you do? What is it that a Joe Biden and a Beto O'Rourke expect you to do? Call the police? How the fuck can the police help you? Ain't no police that fast to get there to get 2 niggas off your ass. Pistol whipping you, asking for something that you don't have to give them. Not to mention, all the while, your 11-year-old daughter and your 8-month pregnant wife is in the home with you. What the fuck can she do? Come out and start whooping ass? What do you expect your 8-month pregnant wife to do in that situation? Get on the phone and cry and scream hysterically, talking to the police, talking to the dispatcher? Meanwhile, what's happening? Your ass is getting whomped on. That's exactly what's happening. But there's something else. The afterworld.
Another kicked him repeatedly in the head. King's wife, who was 8 months pregnant, was in the back bedroom and peeked out to see what was going on. That's when King says one of the masked men shot at her. She retreated.
Ho ho! Oh, the plot thickens. Here we go. So now, pregnant wife in the kitchen making some candied yams, pouring 25-pound bags of sugar on there, singing bubbling white sugar, bubbling white sugar. And she's sitting there, she hears a ruckus, and she goes and says, well, what the hell is going on? She goes out there, and what does she do? She sees two men pistol whipping her husband, and then what happens? What do one of these two motherfuckers have the audacity to do? That's right, bust a shot at her ass. That's what happens.
Grabbed an AR-15, and King says one of the masked men shot at her.
Now, they didn't say shit to her. They didn't say, well, good afternoon, man. We're whooping your husband's ass because he hasn't given us any money. If he give us the money, we would gladly leave and be on our way. We have several other engagements this evening to partake in. They didn't do that. There's no such thing as a respectable bad guy. You got bad guys with guns in your house or on your property whooping the shit out of your husband, and when they see you, what's the first thing they do? They don't wave. Hi, Mrs. Cleaver. They don't do that. Well, how's it going, June? We're just whooping your husband's ass real quick trying to get some money, but he's not giving it up. Now, we don't have any plans for your 11-year-old daughter unless shit goes way left or one of my partner here gets horny, but since you've shown up, here's what we got for you. We're going to bust a shot off at you, or as the black folks say, lick a shot at you. Y'all remember that from the 90s? Licking shots. Y'all remember that? That's what everybody used to say in the 90s. Licking shots. That's what it was. So now all of this happens in a matter of, this is seconds that this is going on. And here's what happens.
She retreated, grabbed an AR-15 on. That's when King says one of the masked men shot at her. She retreated, grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire.
When he came towards the back door in her line of sight, she clipped him. He made it from
on. That's when King says one of the masked men shot at her. She retreated, grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire. Shot at her. She retreated, grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire. She retreated, grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire.
When he came towards the back,
she retreated, grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire.
When he came towards the back.
Now, tell me why that is so important. Let me tell you why that's so important. Because the thing that I'm really advocating here is not necessarily the need, the want, and the desire and the secret love that I have for the AR-15. That is not what I'm talking. Well, no, actually it is. Actually, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what I'm advocating for. I'm advocating for the fact that this fucking rifle is so fucking awesome that a 8-month pregnant woman can not only wield its power, but she can actually be effective enough to save her family. This isn't some SEAL 16 trained woman. She's pregnant with child at 8 months. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to tell you like this. A 8-month pregnant woman is a woman that's tired. She ready to give birth. She don't know why she had a baby in the first goddamn place, and it's all her husband's fault. That's where a woman's at 8 months. She is at a point in her life to where she's almost had about enough of every goddamn thing. Ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. A woman that's 8 months pregnant is like, I love this little motherfucker, but I want him or her the fuck on the outside of me. I can't go nowhere. I can barely walk. I got to piss every 5 minutes. It's always moving around. I got gas. It hurts. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's what an 8-month pregnant woman is. And in spite of all of that, she hears a ruckus. Y'all see the Hulk Hogan? She put that Hulk Hogan, my wife, she say facts. I love you, honey. And in spite of all of that, she Hulk Hogan's, here's some shit going on, and her first mind was not to say, I'm about to lace everybody up in this backyard. No, that is not it. She was still peaceful enough to find out, hey, what's going on? That's me parting the curtains. Hey, what's going on, honey? And then it's pow. Oh, shit. And what does she do? I've had enough now. I mean, damn, if I'm going to walk around here 8 months pregnant with this fucking alien inside of me moving around, and I got a motherfucker to shoot at me at my house, which I've been trapped in for the past month. Oh no. She said, hell no. I'ma show this motherfucker what the fuck time it is. That's what she said. She said, I am gonna show this motherfucker what time it is, and went to work.
Back door in her line of sight.
Grabbed an AR-15 and returned fire.
When he came towards the back door in her line of sight, she clipped him. He made it from my back door roughly 200 feet out in the front ditch before the AR did its thing.
Deputies who
She said, you hear that? He made it from that little door. Hold on.
Roughly 200 feet out in the front ditch before roughly 200 feet out in the front ditch before
200 feet. Hold on for a second. Let me get some, since it's Sunday, let me get some football shit going. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's 200 feet in yards?
200 feet is 66.67 yards.
That motherfucker ran a 60-yard motherfucking touchdown. That motherfucker ran a 60-yard. He had a 66-yard run before his ass got tackled. And he caught that Heavenly Express. That's what he said.
The AR did its thing. The AR did its thing.
Deputies who responded to this scene found a man dead in a nearby ditch.
Clipped him. He made it from my back door roughly 200 feet out in the front ditch before the AR did its thing.
Deputies who responded to this scene found a man dead in a nearby ditch. The other man ran off.
This thing.
Deputies who responded to this scene found a man dead in a nearby ditch. The other man...
Hell motherfucking yeah. Now, does anybody know what the Heavenly Express is? Anybody? Is there anybody who knows what the Heavenly Express is? You don't know what the Heavenly Express is? Well, let me show you, man. This is the Heavenly Express. I'm going to show you how you get to the Heavenly Express. See that? Here we go. Boom, boom. Climbing the stairway to heaven. Taking the road. Still in the moment of ecstasy. The door is wide open for you. The door is open for me. Here we go. There it is. That's the Heavenly Express right there, motherfucker. You see it? You see that motherfucker right there? That is the Heavenly Express that motherfucker rode to. That's that Heavenly Express. Yes, right there. This where motherfuckers go that do fuck shit and they get their ass popped off. They die and they get to the heavenly express. That's where motherfuckers go. That motherfucker, look at them other Toms out there. Look at the back. Y'all see the back of that motherfucker, that black smoke? That's old school. That ain't one of them new electric trains. That ain't no monorail. That's that real shit right there, boy. That motherfucker got some coal in the back. Ooh, Lordy. That's what that is, boy. Yep. Watch how he watch how Tom look back at himself once he get up. Oh, ooh wee, boy! I tell you, boom, 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 boom. Watch, look how he look back like, yep, you done did it. Now tell me what you gonna do when there ain't no place to hide. When judgment come for you. Hey now, everybody, Mr. Uncle Charlie, for the good God's got him, and I'm gonna miss everybody. That's what that motherfucker listening to right now. And that, people, is what we call the Heavenly Express. Whoo, my goodness, boy. I don't know what to tell you, but that's what happens. That's what happens. He got a 66-yard. He got a 66-yard pass and was tackled at the 66-yard line, and that was it.
And ran off after the shot was fired.
And you see what he said about the other person?
The other man ran off after the shot was fired.
Them guys came in with 2 normal pistols. My AR stopped it. Pretty much.
Boom! Say that again, brother. Say that again, brother. You see how he meant that shit?
Normal pistols. My AR stopped it. Normal pistols. My AR stopped it. Pretty much came in with 2 normal pistols. Them guys came in with 2 normal pistols. My AR stopped it. Pretty much she evened the playing field and kept them from killing me.
Authorities are still looking for the second suspect. Meanwhile, King tells me he's waiting to see if there will be any lasting damage to his eye. On scene in Lithia, Dave Jordan, Spectrum News.
And that's exactly the point. That's the reason why when people tell you, oh, but you don't need an AR-15, that's exactly why you need an AR-15. That's exactly why you need to have access to guns like that. Without a fucking gun registry, without registration and regulation and all, what we have in place now is more than enough. That is why you need an AR-15. Because I personally, I got 2 dudes whomping on my ass in the backyard. I don't want my wife to come out there with a handgun when she can come out, because they got handguns. When she can come out there with that AR-15 or what I call that guitar and strike up a hell of a band. That's what I'm saying. And when you think about that, here's the thing. When you're talking about something like this, yes, it may look intimidating. Yes, it may look like you can't. Ladies, hear me. This is a firearm you can absolutely wield and be quite effective with it. It is easier to shoot with this than it is a handgun. That's a fact. It is easier to shoot with this than it is to shoot with this. Trust and believe me. Ask my wife. There she go. It's easier to shoot one of these than it is to shoot one of these. You are way more accurate. This has way more stopping power. It is an effective killing machine. That's exactly what you want in a situation like that. I'm in the backyard with my 11-year-old daughter and my 8-month pregnant wife. I don't want her coming out in the back with a fucking Mossberg shotgun with birdshot, slug, birdshot, double-out buck, double arc fist, and I don't want her coming to the backyard with that, with two assholes whooping my ass with firearms. I don't want her doing that. I want her coming to the backyard with one of these. And if she wanted in pink, so fucking be it. Just have one of these. This is what you want your loved one, your wife, to have that can't shoot or ain't that good of a shot, scared of guns, don't like guns, because at the end of the day, when it comes down to her life, her baby's life, her daughter's life, she will do what she needs to do. She will go to work. And we talking about somebody who don't like guns. Now, if you like my wife, who has an affinity for firearms, then hey, she gonna go to work and she gonna love what she doing. She gonna come back there. She gonna come back there with not that, stop, leave him alone. She gonna come back there with that, yeah, motherfuckers. That's all you know. My wife don't talk like that, but that would be badass, wouldn't it? She come back there and bust in the backyard. Yeah, motherfuckers. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is what you want to have. This is what you want your wife or your loved one to be able to carry. This is it. This is what gets the job done. This will stop bad guys immediately. So you hand off one of these. When you get a handoff from one of these, you do about a 66-yard run at best before your ass drop. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. A 66-yard run is pretty much all you're gonna get before you get tackled. You ain't gonna get no first down. You ain't gonna get no touchdown. You're gonna get a 66-yard run, and that's it. You're going down. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. And like he said, two guys with regular handguns came in, and my wife was able to save us with my AR-15. That's exactly what that is. That is a suppressor, sir. But that's exactly what happened in that situation. Plain and simple. Had she come back there with a 38 snub nose, had she come back there with a 22 1911 style pistol, it would have been a problem, and somebody probably would have got hurt besides the motherfucker she shot. Because when you're talking about accuracy, when you're talking about the amount of bullets and all that thing, all those things that come into play, that motherfucker right there does it the best. Plain and simple. People talk that shit. Beto O'Rourke talk about it's a weapon of war. What the fuck you think you in when you got two guys with guns beating your husband, talking about we want the money? That's without a doubt a war that you're in. May not be with another country, but it's damn sure with some fuck niggas. That's exactly what that is. You got two assholes beating your husband. You are at war. Your family is being threatened in the utmost severest manner possible. What are you supposed to do? You need to have a weapon that will not only equalize, but give you the advantage. And that's exactly what this gun does. It gives you the advantage. It gives you the upper hand, which is what every American on the face of the earth has the right to have when they are facing a bad guy. That's it. Now let's hear what the Pope police had to say about this. If I can get the shit to play, there we go. Roll one. Bam.
That. Major, whenever you're ready.
Frank Losette.
Now here's something that the police are amazing at. This is what the police are here for. After the love is gone, after all the shit done went down, after all of the people done got shot, your man done ran 66 yards and then fell the fuck off, and now you got the police here to actually decipher what has happened, take some reports, collect evidence. This is what the police is here for. They are here for after the crime has been committed.
LOSAT, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Shortly before 9 o'clock this evening, the Sheriff's Office received a 911 call of a possible home invasion in progress right here in the 100 block of Old Welcome Home, right here off State Road 39 in southern Hillsborough County. Multiple deputies responded along with EMS and fire crews. And when they arrived at the scene, the deputies located one deceased.
And hey, if you're watching this right now live, please do me a favor and click the like button. Click the like button. That's that little thumbs up button right there on the YouTube page. Click that. And if you have not clicked the subscribe button, click that damn thing too. Please. Thank you.
The male in a ditch on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Preliminary information has revealed that the two homeowners were inside their house, at which time two unknown males broke in and made demands of them. The male victim, who is the homeowner, began to get pistol whipped and beat up. He was transported to a local hospital and is in stable condition. During that incident, the female homeowner retrieved a firearm, which was in the house legally, and fired one round, which struck the male victim that was deceased in the ditch behind me. Detectives are waiting for a search warrant to get signed by a judge, and then detectives are waiting for a search warrant to get signed by the male victim that was deceased in the ditch behind me. One round,
Did you hear that?
Which was in the house legally, and fired one round, which struck. Fired one round, which struck.
Fired one round. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. For those of you who have not access to something like this, one of these. One. That's all it was. Two dudes, two guns, husband with 22 stitches, a concussion, fractured eye socket, fractured sinus cavity, and what else? 3 staples. All stopped. One of these. One of these. Now you tell me, all of this shit you hear these political people talking about, oh, we gotta stop that, you don't need to take that, you don't need this. Bullshit. One. That's all. That's the difference. You telling me as a politician that I don't need this? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You telling me, Joe Biden, that I need a shotgun instead of this? I beg to differ. A shotgun doesn't give you the precision that you need that you get with this. This gives you precision. This gives you stopping power. This gives you wound cavity damage. This gives you what you need to stop a bad guy, especially 2 of them, because she shot one and one ran, only did a 66-yard run. The other one ran and they still looking for his ass. But in the meantime, what could have resulted in her husband being killed, he only got severely injured. Because if they hit him, if he has a fractured eye socket and he has a fractured sinus cavity, that means that's this. He got 3 staples, 22 stitches. That's I'm a bust your head to the white meat show type of an ass whooping. And if I gotta have one of these to stop that, so be it. If this will empower my wife to be able to save my life and the life of our daughter and the life of our unborn child, so be it. Who are you as a politician to tell me I can't have what clearly and effectively saved my life and my family's life? How is that? How is that I get to, because you feel, we're talking about politicians who don't even shoot these kind of guns, don't even own these kind of guns, and is a gun that is responsible for less than 1% of gun deaths. So you take all of the people that get shot every year, half of them is by suicide, and then the other 98% of them are by handguns. You're telling me that this one gun here I can't have because some kids who got tragically shot at a school, or some kids who got shot, or some people who got shot at a Walmart, or some people who got shot at a concert with one of these, or some people who got shot at a football game with one of these, you telling me that I can't have one? No way. No way. It makes no sense. Is it tragic that those people have lost their lives? Yes. But their lives are just as valuable as a life that's been lost in a car accident. Their lives are just as valuable as a life that was lost in a drunk driving incident. Their lives are just as valuable as a life that's been lost on a plane crash. Their lives are just as valuable as a life that's been lost in any other type of tragic accident you want to name. The point of me saying that is, we're not banning cars, we're not banning buses, we're not banning airplanes, and we damn sure ain't banning handguns. What about the people who died from knives? We're not banning knives, are we? What about the people who got killed from bricks and bats? We're not banning bricks and bats, are we? No. That is not the problem. For somebody to think that the weapon is the problem, that's asinine. It's idiotic. At one point, man was killing man with sticks and stones. You never saw those banned, did you? At one point, man was killing people with knives and brass knuckles. You never saw those banned, did you? Well, brass knuckles was banned, but they brought them back. Thank you, Jesus. But my point is this. No politician should be able to decide what tool or what weapon you use to defend yourself with. Because the government is not responsible for your safety. They are not. The police job is not to make sure that your ass is safe. It is not their responsibility. It is not their job to protect your ass from the evils of the world. It's not. They want you to believe that, but that's not the truth. What up, Chris Thorns? I saw him in here earlier. But that's my thing. It is not that department's job to save your life. You know whose job it is? It's yours. You are responsible for your own personal safety. You are responsible for the safety of your family. No one else is. That's a fact. Look it up, people. It's a fact that you are only responsible for your safety. Your life is in your hands. And here's the point as to why I say that. How dare someone else who isn't responsible for my life tell me what the fuck I get to use to protect my life? That makes no sense. That's just like the government saying, look, you got to pay taxes, but we'll tell you what kind of job you get. Huh? So you're telling me I got to pay taxes. You're telling me that I have to pay this tax every time I get paid, but now you're going to tell me what job I work? I know it sounds, I know it's going to be difficult, but it's for your own good. You'll be a paper boy and you still pay us taxes. Well, what if I don't want to be a paper boy? I want to pay taxes and be a goddamn a real estate agent. I'm sorry. It's just not safe. You need to do this. I feel that you should be a paper boy. I just got a feeling. Just trust me on this. Just trust me on this. I just feel that you should be a paper boy. Still pay our taxes though. Pay these taxes to us. But I feel that's what you should do. Yep, I think so. That's insane. You wouldn't let your government tell you what job you get to work. So why would you let them tell you what tool you get to use to defend your life with? And anybody that says that they want to do that, you should have a real problem with it. And I'm not saying that everybody in this world got to carry guns and buy AR-15s. I'm not saying that. But the ones that do should have every right to do it. And to those people that are saying, well, you just don't need that many guns. Well, let me tell you something. That's not the world we live in. That is not the world we live in. In the world we live in the country we live in, you get to have as many cars you want. You get to have as many pairs of shoes that you want. You get to have as many purses that you want. You get to have as many wigs as you want. You get to have as much jewelry as you want. You get to have as many clothes as you want. You get to have as many coats as you want. You get to have as many gloves as you want. You get to have as many hats that you want. You get to have as many goddamn things that you can afford. You get to have them. Why the hell do you get to regulate or decide how many or what guns I get to have strictly because you don't like it? And you think, even though you have no supporting evidence, even though you have no facts to support it, that this gun should be one of those things I shouldn't have. When there's actual factual data that shows when there was a ban on AR-15s that there was no decline in gun violence. So if you did it before, why do it again? The same stats right now was the same stats back then. Shout out to Ty Tribbett. If you did it before, there's no point in doing it again because the same stats that are right now were the same stats back then. I don't know if there's any Christians that know that song or know what I'm talking about. I know my wife is in here laughing her butt off, but that's my thing. You can't tell people what they get to have to defend themselves with. That's the entire premise of the Second Amendment. Shall not be infringed. What the forefathers should have wrote in there was shall not be fucked with. Because that's exactly what that means. They just tried to be politically correct and they tried to be to have some kind of couth. They didn't want to be vulgar. But I think it should have been. Because that means a whole hell of a lot more. Makes a hell of a more statement, a bolder statement when you see shall not be infringed to shall not be fucked with. Matter of fact, that'll be a hell of a shirt. Hell of a t-shirt. Second Amendment, and take that part that say shall not be infringed, put a line through it, and put on there shall not be fucked with. How about that? I like that. Under any circumstances. That's what it means. Think I'm gonna have to look into that. Don't y'all go stealing my shirt idea now, you sons of bitches. Now, don't do it. I like that. But let's see what else he had to say. One bullet, one man, one vote. One man, one vote. One bullet, one bastard. To free South Africa, you dumb son of a bitch. You dumb son of a bitch. To get these niggas up off you, you dumb son of a bitch. That's what these guns is for.
The male victim that was deceased in the ditch behind me. Detectives are waiting for a search warrant to get signed by a judge, and then we will begin processing the interior of the home. At this time, we have one suspect that has not been located. We have very limited information on him, that he might be a black male, but we do not have any other further information.
And there it is. Niggas. That's why he got away. Because once he heard that first shot, it was ass and elbows, and that motherfucker was gone. He like, I ain't getting on the Heavenly Express today, boss.
Information on him as far as any other further descriptions on him or any vehicle descriptions. We believe a vehicle was.
Well, the reason why I can answer that, JJ Dubois, the reason why they are searching the home, even though they are the victims, it's a crime scene and they're processing the crime scene. So especially if she shot from inside the home, they still have to process that area. They got, and all they're doing is just taking pictures and looking for evidence that is pertaining to the to the crime. That's it. So like shell casing, things like that, they want to get that. That's the evidence that needs to be recovered. So that's why they're doing that. So if the search of the home it's not a thing of saying, oh, we got to see if your ass got some weed growing in one of your back rooms or some shit like that. That's not what they're there for. They're processing the scene. That's it. That's just what it is. They take pictures, all that kind of stuff to make sure, if there's some evidence that's there, because it very well could have been some evidence that could have been dropped by one of the perpetrators There could have been, like I said, the shell casings from the gun, from the shot they fired at her and the shot that she fired. That instantly becomes evidence in a crime. So that's why they're doing that. Yeah, that's standard procedure.
Was used to leave the scene by one of the suspects, and we will be looking for that as soon as we obtain more information. We'll be working throughout the night and into the morning to try to resolve this. I would encourage, if any of the neighbors see any suspicious vehicles or anybody walking around the neighborhood that they do not recognize, to please call 911. Do not approach this person as they may be armed. If any vehicles are sitting in your driveways that does not look familiar to us, please call us. You can also call us at the non-emergency number, 247-8200. Once again, 247-8200. We also know that this is not a random act, that this family was probably targeted. So,
boom. So that brings up my other point. You never know. I believe this is in Florida. You never know who's watching you. You never know who is watching you. Let me tell you something. When you take on the responsibility of carrying a firearm, carrying a pistol, yes, it's to protect you and it's to protect your family, but there's also a constant readiness that you should always have with that. One of the things that I don't know, for those of you who may be new to the channel, make sure y'all click that like button. To those of you who may be new to the channel or may have never heard me talk about this before, I always say this. If you have a firearm and you're carrying that firearm, you got a holster for that gun, you put that gun on and you keep it on until you're getting ready to lay down and go to bed. And when you take it off, it should go on your nightstand, under your pillow, whatever the case may be, wherever you store it. At night, it needs to be readily accessible to you at all times. When I'm around the house, whether I'm cutting the grass, taking out the garbage, watering the lawn, even when I was shoveling the snow, thank God I don't have to shovel snow no more. Sweet Jesus. Yes, Lord. Ho, Shabbat. Oh, get the shouting up in here. But when I did not, when I would be outside, I kept my firearm on me. When I be in the kitchen, I be cooking, I keep my firearm on me, because you never know. People get their houses kicked, get their doors kicked in, they get their homes invaded all the time. And you don't want to be in a situation to where you got to run to the closet, get your key for your gun box, get your gun down, unlock your gun. And all. You don't want to be in that situation. You just don't want to do that. You do not want to be in a situation where you have to go and get to your gun. Now, I don't walk around with my AR-15, but I use my handgun to get to. I got to look it up and find out the dude that said, I use my handgun is a tool to get to my rifle. That was a powerful statement that whoever said that. I got to look it up and see who said that. But there was a guy who said the purpose of a handgun is for you. It's a tool that you use to get to your rifle. And that's some badass shit to say right there. That's a tool that I use to get to my rifle. So it's like, I always want to make sure that I'm in a position to where I have a gun on me. Now, does that mean that I'm always safe? Does that mean that ain't shit gonna ever happen to me or nothing like that? No, it doesn't. But it gives you a chance and it increases your odds of survival. It increases your odds of thwarting off, that's right, thwarting off a criminal, a violent offender. It does. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that lady, that pregnant woman, could have done better was coming to the window with the AR-15, looking down the sights and shooting. Because you don't have to announce yourself and find out what's going on. You see some shit going down like that. It was said by Clint Smith of Thunder Ranch. Okay, thank you, Sean. Thank you. So it's like, that's exactly the mentality that you want to have. You want to be ready with the best tool possible. It's just like, think about it like this. Back in the day, how many people, and people may still even do this today, how many people kept a bat by their front door? A bat by the front door, a golf club by your doors in your house. How many people kept those things or still may even keep those things to this day? And one of the reasons why you did that was because of what? if you coming in the house or if somebody's at your door, you had a weapon that you could use to help yourself, a machete. God damn. Every time I just hear the word machete, I think of a Jamaican or a Mexican out in the brush hacking their way through something. I just actually got a cool machete too a little while back. Shout out to my man Eric James for hooking me up with it. They had one on sale for $8. I was like, what a bargain. Can you believe this? Good machete too. $8. Okay. I couldn't pass it up. It was like a limited time thing. I got it at the last minute, sent off for it. Yes. But that's my thing. So it was Clint Smith that said that. And when you think about it, it's like being in a position to where you are able to defend yourself with the best tool possible. That's the idea. That's the position you want to be in. That's the position you want to be in. So it's like, that's what you have to think about. And people who have it, just think about it. You got a bat at the door. That ain't guaranteeing that you're going to be safe. A motherfucker can kick your door in, see the bat, grab the bat, and hit your ass with it. Naughty by nature. Could happen. Or a motherfucker could be trying to get in. You can grab a bat, or you can hear a motherfucker making a ruckus outside. You can grab a bat and go outside and swing at a motherfucker, couldn't you? Yeah. But what if that person has a better weapon? What if he has a more deadlier weapon? You pull out a bat, he pulls out a knife. You pull out a knife, he pulls out a gun. He pulls out a gun, you pull out an AR-15. Makes a difference. Huge difference. Huge, as Trump would say. You see that? That's a training piece there. Every time you slap in a magazine, you pull back on it to make sure that it's locked in there. But that's the difference. You want to be able to say, hey, I got the best tool possible, the best tool available to defend myself with. That's just what it is. So it's like, I don't want to be in a situation to where somebody can level up on me and I can't level up on them. I can have a stick somewhere. I can have a bat somewhere, a golf club somewhere. I can have all these tools somewhere. However, there's always another level that somebody can have. And if it comes down to it, now it comes down to skill. Who shoots first? Who's the better shot? Hey, those things matter. And those things could decide if you live or die, but you at least want to have access to the tool. And you don't want to not have access to that tool because some fucking government asshole told you they don't think you should have it. Because some government asshole told you he doesn't think that you need it. When you got a Beto O'Rourke saying, hell yeah, we're going to take your guns. When you got a Kamala Harris saying, we're going to take your guns. A Nancy Pelosi, or what's that? That's not Nancy Pelosi. What's the other chick that's running for, I can't think of her damn name. Dang it, the white lady that's running. But you got those people telling you that you don't need to have guns. You got your Beto O'Rourke. You got your Biden's telling you, buy a shotgun. You have all these people telling you to buy guns, that you don't need these guns. However, every last one of them have not one, not two, but they have actual security details assigned to them that carry firearms at all times. Elizabeth Warren, thank you, sir. You have those people telling you that you don't need guns, telling you you don't need this kind of gun, telling you we need to take your guns. All of those people actually have security details that are armed at all times. All of those people live in gated, secured communities where they have armed security guards at all times. 24/7. When I drive in, there's a gate, there's a checkpoint, there's a guy with a gun who's telling me, yep, I'm going to let the gate up. If I got a visitor, this guy with this gun is going to tell me I got a visitor. This person can't come in unless they are allowed access by one of the residents that live here. I live in that type of community. And when I leave that community, I got some badass boys in some suits and jackets walking around with fucking guns following me everywhere I go. But I'm going to tell you that you don't need a gun. I'm going to tell you what kind of gun you need. That is an insult to not only my intelligence, but it's also a disrespect to my life and my family's. Because anybody, and hear me, anybody that tells you you don't need this gun, anybody that tells you you can't have this gun, anybody that tells you they need to take this gun from law-abiding citizens, that's a person who does not care for your life. That is a person who wants you to live in fear. That is a person who wants you to be a consistent victim. Because in all reality, if they made it illegal to have guns today, and all us law-abiding citizens turned in our guns, tell me who would still have them? Criminals and government officials. Two people who will not only be able to tell you what to do either by pen and paper or by a gun, or just by a fucking gun themselves. Why would you give up that power and that ability? Why would you give up that type of protection? Tell me that, and then we can have a conversation. To think that my government gives a fuck about me enough to the point to where I will give up my tool for protection? I ain't met that type of government yet. I ain't seen that type of government yet. I just haven't. Until I see a politician come and patrol my neighborhood with a fucking firearm, then we can talk. Until I see my politicians come and walk and escort me around my day-to-day areas when I go to the hood and I go out to all of these different places, until I see a politician come and escort me with a firearm, then we can talk. But I know that will never happen because honest and truly, right now, they're asleep, not giving a shit about any of y'all, and I'm up on this stream trying to tell y'all what you need to make sure that you do give a shit about, because I don't want you to be a victim. Could you possibly be attacked? Yes. Could somebody possibly kick in your door, waving the 4-4, and all you scream is, "Papa, don't hit me no more"? Yes. But that's nobody's fault but the bad guys. And the only way you can stop a bad guy with a gun is how? A good guy, on this instance, a good girl with a gun. I'm going to go there, Eric. Let's go there. Eric made a great point. He said, if I'm not mistaken, the right to bear arms is also supposed to be there in case the government becomes too oppressive on the people. Absolutely. Tootly. As Ned Flanders would say. When your government starts telling you what you can do, what you can't do, what you can say, what you can't say, what you will pay, what you must pay, where you can go, where you can't go, that's exactly what these guns are for. When those assholes up in Washington start getting their reach too far, start telling you what the fuck you can and can't do, when those assholes up in the government starts holding back resources and doing what the fuck they want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it, that's exactly what these guns are for. When those assholes start telling you, yeah, you voted, but we doing what's best, that's what these guns are for. When those assholes tell you you must go in or you must comply before we have the army come and make you comply, that's what the fuck these guns are for. Look at Venezuela. A socialist government where people are literally, and if you look on my channel, you'll see the video I did about Venezuela. Those people are literally, and I ain't talking about the brokest of the broke, I'm talking about the majority of the people, the law-abiding citizens. They feed themselves in the trash every day. They spend their days finding food in the trash to eat. socialist country, all for the people. We do what's best for everybody. We take from the rich and disperse it amongst everyone. Everybody's eating but the people. And when they're eating from trash. Trash? Like Forky. They want to be, they're putting you in the trash. They want you to feel warm and cozy in the trash. Now, everybody will say, oh, but the United States ain't like that. You're right. We're not. We're not that size. We're bigger. So imagine, and we're more violent. So imagine what would happen if all of the resources are gone and we left to fend for ourselves and we go against the government. You know what the government's going to do? They're going to turn this $1 trillion army against our ass. Do I think everybody that's a military soldier would shoot their guns at us? Nope. But I think a good enough number would, because they still getting paid. They still eating. They still got all of these benefits of being a soldier. Yes, Nash, socialism is fucking amazing until you run out of other people's money to spend. It is. Margaret Thatcher was on point with that. So it's like you're trusting the government to look out for you when the government ain't looking out for you now. So why would you put yourself in a situation where you can't stand up against your government? They work for us. We should be regulating them. But they took that little dust that, what's the dude from the Bozo show to be like, noonie, 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 noonie. He take his little charm, noonie, 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 noonie. They done pulled that shit on us and we under the spell. Do we need to go kill all politicians? No. But we damn sure need to be able to. We need to be able to give them that side. I say, okay, motherfuckers. You can't do that when you got rocks or a pocket full of stones. I got a pocket full of stones. I got a pocket full of stones. They gonna laugh at your ass. And when you look at the video of them Venezuelans going up against their government, that military had rifles. Them citizens had fucking rocks. I've yet to see rock beat tank. I've yet to see rock beat gun. And I've yet to see scissors beat Glock. Glock always beats scissors. Well, you didn't see my video about that lady that got shot. You know what I'm talking about. Glock beat scissors. Rifle beat rock. That's it. Rifle beats paper. Rifle beats politician. Ain't too much that rifle don't beat. So you need to make sure that you have it. Paper Glock scissors. That's what it's called, JJ. Paper Glock scissors. That's all I'm saying. So keep that in mind. Don't let this happen to where you're in this situation and you can't do anything because you don't have a gun. You only got a knife. You only got the police in your phone. Don't be in that situation. Because at the end of the day, the only thing they'll be doing for you then is being on the news, talking just like this guy, but saying that they're looking for the guys who did it to you and you're dead. They were able to, in the words of Pops from Friday, rest in peace, John Witherspoon, they was able to reverse that. They reversed that shit. And shot that nigga. Bang, 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 bang. Woo, daddy. Bang, 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 bang. That's the position you want to be in. Where you can reverse some shit. I done heard you got pistol whipped. You got to reverse that shit. And whip that pistol out. Bang, 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 bang. That's what you got to do. That's all I'm saying.
We'll be working through any of their relationships or any past acquaintances to find out why this family was targeted for a home invasion.
Any questions?
So the person who was deceased, he was one of the people who broke into the house.
Yes, sir.
Do we think they all knew each other?
At this point, we don't know. We would only speculate that because they're targeted. Like I said, this wasn't a random act. So there's some relationship there, or some acquaintance turned these suspects onto this family for some reason. So over the next day or so, we'll find out who committed this offense.
Do we know if the suspects broke into the house, or did they knock at the door and then force their way in?
They forced their way in. It was a home invasion, so it was done with force. They weren't previously in the house. As an invited guest, they broke into the house. Any other questions?
And that's it. And the sad thing about this situation is that when it's all said and done, I guarantee you that police officer's right. And they gonna know the motherfuckers that did it. Could these dudes have been, could the people that live in this house been some fucking meth dealers or some weed dealers or some cocaine dealers or something and had some money? Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Or could they have just hit the lottery and had some cash? Probably. And been running their mouth off to the wrong people? Yep. However, that still don't give the right for nobody to come into their home on their property and take what it is that they have. And fortunately enough for them, they not only had the tools, but they apparently had the training in order to fight somebody off from that in this situation. I don't think I seen that. I saw that, but I don't watch the chat too tough anyway, Sean. Eric, defending against the government was the main reason for the Second Amendment, and contrary to what the leftists tell you, the framers wanted citizens to have the same weapons as the government. Yes, I agree with that, if that's the comment that you're talking about. So it wasn't blocked. It's still there. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be in a situation where when it goes down, when it goes left, whether it's some people, your neighbors, some unknowns, or your government, you don't want it to be to where you cannot defend yourself, or people that are in your community or in your area, on your block, can defend yourself. You don't want that. Yes, is our country scary at times? Yes. Are there people? Yeah, I didn't see it. Then if you made one after that, I didn't see that, buddy. That's that YouTube shit, man. Google is fucking censoring the hell out of shit, man. But when you have things that are happening to where, you know, it's not necessarily you, but it could be other people that do some heinous shit. There are people that do some terrible shit in this country and in this world, man. But the thing is this: how do you fight tyranny? How do you combat evil? Even in a fantasy world, the most diabolical evil minds in movies, what the hell do they have to do to go against them? The Avengers. Look at the Avengers. You had one man, Thanos. Well, he's not a man, he was a titan. But that's neither here nor there. You had a titan like Thanos who came to just literally wipe out half the population because he felt it was best. Very smart titan. Had evidence to support it. But it just wasn't the right thing to do, man. And he came to literally, with extreme prejudice, he came to exterminate half the population. Not up for discussion, not trying to talk it out, not trying to befriend nobody. He just wanted to come, snap his fingers, and be done with half of motherfuckers he didn't even know. So that everybody else could thrive. But those people that opposed him, who the fuck were they? Were they politicians? Nope. It was a bunch of motherfuckers with supernatural powers and just the state-of-the-art technology that did it. I'm here to tell you, ain't no fucking Avengers here with powers. Now, you can use some smarts and some technology like my man Iron Man does. You can do your Tony Stark thing. But just think about it like that. When you have somebody that's coming up against you for whatever reason, and they want to do away with dispatch you with extreme prejudice and get rid of your ass, it may happen, but you at least want to have a fighting chance. Don't be like these dumbasses running around throwing rocks at tanks. It don't work. That's all I'm saying to you. Keep your guns, keep them. Just like that couple that got killed in New Mexico. I mean, not a couple, but a family. Got their caravan shot the fuck up. Maybe things would have been different if somebody did have an AR-15 there. Out of those few, what was it, 2 or 3 car caravan that they had? Maybe somebody could have been saved if somebody had an AK-47 like the other motherfuckers who shot their shit up did. Maybe if somebody could have returned fire, it could have saved 1 or 2 lives. Maybe they could have stopped 2 or 3 of the bad guys from doing what they did to that family and those kids. Y'all realize them kids will never be the same? The ones that was old enough to understand what the fuck went on and to witness what happened. Now maybe the little bitty baby won't trip over it, but they'll still suffer from not having their parents. But those kids that saw that, covered in blood, saw it go down, heard it go down, they will never be the same. That shit will haunt them for the rest of their lives. It is what it is. That's right, old man Grey Wolf. He said, my revolver is always beside me. That's what's up. That's what's up. At the end of the day, keep yourself in the best possible position for survival at all times. That's all it is. And don't let no politicians or nobody else tell you what you can't do, what you need, and what you don't need. That's why I always say, and people hear me say it all the time, if I can get I should be able to get a fucking javelin if I want one. Real talk. What you gonna do with a javelin? Shoot a motherfucking plane down. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do with a javelin. Shoot a fucking chopper down. That's what I'm gonna do with a javelin. What the fuck does the army do with a javelin? Well, that ain't gonna never happen. Okay, well, if it does, I want to be ready. That's the point. Keep that shit in mind, man. Don't let these people and anybody that's telling you anything different, just ask for the data. Right, Beverly? You better have that 22. Keep it on you. 22, keep it on you. 9 does you just fine. 45 keeps your ass alive. A 40 gives you authority. A 38 will keep your ass from being late. Did I cover all of the? A 357 will surely keep you from having to go to heaven. A 32, you damn sure know what to do. A 380 will keep your ass 380 will keep you with your babies. A 50 cal, you still get to kick it with your pals. A 5.7 keep you from having to go to heaven. Yeah. Anyway. But that's all I'm saying to you. And that's the only thing I wanted people to get from this. Don't let people villainize this firearm. Don't let people make you think that you don't need this firearm. Don't make people have you to believe that this firearm is a terrible piece of equipment. This is a terrible tool. Don't have them people tell you that this is a firearm that you do not need. It is responsible for 1% of gun deaths in our country. There's no reason to get rid of it. None whatsoever. People die from handguns. People die from cars, bus trains, planes, and other automobile accidents way more than they do from AR-15s. There's no reason to get rid of it. People die from knives. People die from blunt force trauma to the head. People die from a ton of other shit than they do for AR-15s to the point where we need to ban them. That's it and that's all. Smith & Wesson gives you blessings on top of blessings. There you go. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that donated. Shout out to my man Layton who donated in the chat, super chat 2 times. I appreciate that, man. And also to my man who always donates, my man Brass Man Taker. Hit your boy off with $5. My man Eric Dennis hit your boy off with $5. That's what's up. Thank you, sir. Let me go ahead and see if anybody hit the PayPal side of the game. We're going to get on out of here. AR, keep you out of the graveyard. That didn't really rhyme. You could do better than that, Brielle. Shout out to, here we go. Shout out to my man. Let me make sure I can say the name because I don't want to fuck it up. Shout out with AJ3 with 3 AJ and Noli D. That's what's up. Shout out to y'all for y'all donations. $2. That's what's up. And also, I didn't know if I could say your name or not. That's why I didn't. And also, shout out to Michelle Glass. OMG, I appreciate you. Much love to you and your home and your family. Hey, MG, thank you so much. I appreciate it and glad to see you back. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're doing well. Hey, look, everybody, thank you guys so much. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with me, and I really do appreciate that. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab, and this is the United Guns of America. Please, if you're watching this on the replay, click the like, share it, send it to somebody. Let me know what you think. If you disagree with me, if you got another point to add, put it in the comments section. I definitely do read those. I check up on them. Y'all who do comment, y'all know I hit the thumbs up. Y'all know I hit the likes and the hearts and all that stuff for those comments. Thank y'all so much for those. I appreciate it. And if you got any ideas or anything like that, shoot me with an email. Hit your boy up. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great Sunday night. Go Bears. Finally tripped and fell over a win. I appreciate y'all. And I will definitely I always forget. If anybody got any questions, I always try to do that. I got to make sure that I stay on top of that. If there's 1 or 2 questions I can answer real quick, I will do that. Or if there's an idea for a show or something, I'll even come back and do that later. But anybody got any questions? I'll give you like 30 seconds. Now to put us right at this dude said, go Browns. Boy, stop. I'm sorry, Brielle. It's Cleveland. I can't. I almost want to delete your message. I just can't. Being from Chicago, I can't root for no Detroit, no Wisconsin, no Cleveland, none of them. No St. Louis. I don't like nobody in the North. Nobody. I don't. I'm sorry. I never root for you. If y'all win, hey, more power to you, but I don't like you. Don't root for you. That's all good, man. Your cops are crazy, sister. Other than there's some beautiful country down there. I am near the rainforest. All right. 30 seconds is up. I'm about to get out of here. I will see y'all next time. I will probably be doing a show on tomorrow. And, oh, wait, I don't know. Tomorrow is my anniversary. Do you know what tomorrow is? It's our anniversary. Yeah, anniversary. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, but if not, definitely the next day. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. And until next time, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. Shout out to my brother DJ. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. I love you, brother, so much. And shout out to everybody in Soto Nation. Thank you guys for always being who y'all been. Thank you guys for always supporting me, for always supporting DJ, and always supporting Tommy. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys very much. Y'all have a good night. Peace, and I'm out.